Here we will be discussing about the developmental stages of a sporangia, both micro as well as megasporangia in case of Selaginella. Here development is eusporangiate type. Eusporangiate in the sense it takes place with the help of row of cell. Row of cells will be initiated here for the development. When the row of development is by the row of cell, it is called as eusporangiate. When the development takes place by only one cell, that will be lycosporangiate. Now here the development is with the help of a group of cells or a row of cells, as we can make out here. This type of development is eusporangiate, and the cells are called as sporangial initial cells. Sporangial initial. Here the first division they are going to undergo is a periclinal division, leading to formation of outer jacket initial cells and the inner archisporal initial cells. Outer jacket initial, inner archisporal initial. Now these jacket initial will undergo first periclinal and anticlinal division, leading to formation of two layers. Such two layers we can call them as a jacket. Now inner to this one we have archisporal initial. This there is a formation of a jacket here. This archisporal initial will divide in all possible direction, leading to formation of this sporogenous tissue, and these basal cells they also divide and form a base of the sporangium. With the help of this base of the sporangium, they are going to attach to the leaf, fertile leaf. So these form the stalk or the base of the sporangium, basal cell. Now this archisporal tissue divided in all possible planes and led to formation of a sporogenous tissue. The outermost layer of the sporogenous tissue is differentiated in what is called as tapetum. So we have two jacket layers, outermost two jacket layers. Next to jacket is a layer called as tapetum. Tapetum is formed by the differentiation of the archisporal initial cells. They divided to lead to formation of a sporogenous tissue. The outermost layer of the sporogenous tissue is nothing but a tapetum. So tapetum originated from archisporal initial, not from the jacket initial. This tapetum layer is nutritive in nature. It is going to provide a nourishment to the growing spores inside here. Further division leads to formation of the sporogenous tissue, lead to formation of spore mother cell. Now spore mother cell will be differentiated into microspores as well as megaspore. That is, the formation of megaspore and microspore is the same till the formation of this stage, that is sporogenous tissue. Now sporogenous tissue will form the spore mother cells. Till the formation of spore mother cell from the sporogenous tissue, the steps are same for both micro as well as mega. Next, these spore mother cell in case of microsporangia will undergo meiotic division, leading to formation of meiosis, leading to formation of spores which are haploid in nature. Now the spores are ready to be released or to disperse by wind. What happens in case of megasporangia? Till the formation of spore mother cell, we have all the steps similar to that what we saw here. Now this spore mother cell, if we have these number of spore mother cell, all the spore mother cell are going to degenerate except this one. This spore mother cell is going to undergo a meiotic division, leading to formation of 4 haploid cells, 4 haploid megaspores. So this will be the final picture how it is going to form. That is, this is the outermost two layers of the microsporangia, outermost jacket layers. Inner to that we have a tapetum which is nutritive in nature, and these are microspores. we have a huge amount of microspore, because how many spore mother cells are formed here during the development of microsporangia? All the spore mother cell are going to undergo meiotic division, leading to formation of the haploid spores. Whereas in case of megasporangium, we have two outermost layer of the jacket similar to this one. We have tapetum layer which is also similar to microsporangium. Here all the spore mother cell except one is going to degenerate. Whatever one more spore mother cell is left, she is going to undergo a meiotic division, leading to formation of these 4 spores. Here they have shown 3, but one will be present behind it, this one, back of this one. So we have 4 megaspores present, and this is the basal cells. They led to formation of this multicellular stalk. With the help of this stalk, it is going to attach to the leaf. This is the membranous outgrowth, which we called it as a ligule. Here this is a ligule. So these are the different stages of the development of a mega as well as a microsporangium in case of Selaginella. Thank you.